Alright. Hey guys, how you doing? I know it's been a while since I posted anything, so here you go. I wanted to make a video on my Goruck GR1 Field pouch. This is their second largest field pouch in the Goruck's lineup. If any of you guys, or most of you guys probably are aware of Goruck and what kind of company they are. They make some very high quality, very durable, very rugged gear. And this is one of their signature, more recognizable pouches, I think, or pieces. This is their field pouch, the GR1 Field pouch. Goruck designed this to work in part with their with the regular backpacks. They're intended to be MOLLE compatible, so you can attach it to the inside of the backpacks, or you can attach it to the outside, or to any other piece of equipment. And also they intended it to work as a standalone bag. Hence, you can see the handle right here. The nice thing about this pouch is that besides, I guess you can say it's good looks, is that it's actually very well built. They use 1000 linear cordura throughout the pouch. And they use obviously military specification webbing, gear, thread, zippers, YKK zippers, and on top of that they also use padding to give a structure to the pouch. You can kind of see that the pouch is empty and it can stand on its own, and it has a very square shape. You couldn't get this unless the pouch itself has some kind of like structure. If you go to the inside of the pouch, in here you can even see some of the padding that they are using to protect whatever is in here. But anyways, on the outside of the pocket they use I think it's a number 8 YKK zipper. And it's a reverse zipper, meaning that this is the back of the zipper. If you look at zipper in general, depending on how it was designed, I guess, you will consider this the outside of the zipper where you can see the coil. And if you reverse it, this will be the back of the zipper. Some zippers actually already come that way, like this one's. But what this allows you to do is to protect anything or prevent anything from entering in here, like dust, mud, dirt, ashes, or anything like that. So it's actually very useful, and the zipper that they use is very smooth. It works very well. On the inside of the pocket, you have basically three, I guess divided as 3 pockets into itself. The front one right here is a mesh. It's a mesh pocket with an elastic at the top. It's meant to retain certain items, so they don't move around with the elastic. I find personally that if you put something that is a little too small, the elastic doesn't do much. It will move around, it won't stand still. So usually I will just put things in there that are like might just lay at the bottom or might be longer, so I don't have to worry about it coming off. On the back of this pouch there's another pocket with a zipper. So you can keep things like in there and they won't come off. But I do have a bit of a problem with this pocket because it's actually kind of tight. So you don't really get to use much of the space. And especially if you're putting something in here and then you want to put something else in here and then try to close it. If you have something in the other side, it becomes very difficult. So I will often either use this one or use the one in the back. I will rarely use them both. On the other side, you have something very similar, except that this is a mesh pocket with a zipper at the top. Now, because this one is a single pocket on one side, you do have a lot of extras. You do have a lot of space, and you can use it a lot. And also, the advantage of the mesh, obviously, is that you can see whatever you put in here. And even the mesh that they're using right here is actually very high quality. It's military specification mesh. I've used some of this mesh myself for some of my own personal projects. where I've used it for other stuff, and yeah, it's very high quality mesh. It's very durable. But yeah, as you can see, the pocket opens like a clamshell. So it makes it very convenient, very easy to get to. I wouldn't consider this necessarily that an organizing pocket, because what I'm used to considering like organization pockets are kind of like Maxpedition organizers or Tal Gear OP1s, or even some of my own stuff where I've made pen organizers. This to me is more of a divider or a utility pocket, because you can definitely separate things. But what I have been using it myself for has been for some of my camera lenses, where in order to just keep things safe when I'm traveling, I'll put everything in there. And as you can tell, it fits. It's actually a lot of equipment right here, and it's a little bit heavy, but the handle on the back makes it easy to carry. You know, makes it easy to move around with, to take it to in and out of the pack, to pass it on to someone, and all the stuff. Even the handle that they've used has a little bit of a pre-curve, so it makes it easy to grab, even if it's just just a quick grab. And even the handle has a little bit of padding. They give it a little bit of thickness. They've reinforced it by adding additional webbing. It's a combination between webbing and cordura, and is very well attached. On the outside of the pouch, you have a little bit of a Velcro patch, and they have like the reverse American flag stitching. If you go to Goruck's website, they explain the history of the reverse flag patch. But I've explained before in some of the videos that I don't really like all my gear having Velcro. I don't really care for having like a million patches, and I don't even care about collecting them or anything. But in this instance, I do find it useful, because if you have multiple of these pockets, I have 3 of these. I have a couple of this, and I have a couple of the other smaller Goruck pouches. If you put different patches in here, it can tell you what you have in here. Say, it's an easy way to recognize what's in each pocket, especially if you have multiple inside a backpack. So in this case, I actually don't mind. The other thing I wanted to point out is regarding the color. Goruck called this their coyote brown color, but this is just from my own experience. I actually think of this as khaki, because it's the Saxon khaki color that Tad Gear uses for their pouches and their backpacks. So that's usually how I relate it. If you look at coyote brown, like this webbing that I have right here, coyote brown has a little bit more of a red tone to it. It's a little more brownish. This is a little more green, so you can see the difference between the colors. Maybe you cannot, but yeah, I'm just mentioning that for those of you that are curious to see if this will match your Tad Gear backpacks or similar pockets. The other thing on these pockets that is very unique to Goruck is the way they do the zipper pulls. I used to think that this was shrink plastic tubing, like you use on cables, on electrical cables, but it's not. Actually, it's much stiffer than that. This is just paracord. It looks to be gutted paracord, like they took out all the strands. But yeah, this is actually pretty hard, pretty stiff, and I really like the zipper pulls. Allows you to get a really good purchase on them, and just to grab them no problem. And they're pretty easy to replace on the field. They're very low maintenance and they're quiet. They're not making noise. But anyway, but yeah. Oh, and the MOLLE attachment on the back of the pouch, it's very simple. It's a pretty straightforward plastic tab at the end of the webbing. That is, the webbing is reinforced right here. They added additional seam tape, and they back-tarred. They use back-tart stitching. You will, in order to attach this, you will simply just weave it through the MOLLE, and once you get at the end, you have this little pocket compartments right here, where you will just pull the tab in there. And there, it's out of the way. Super simple, pretty straightforward. I really like this. No Velcro, no clips. It stays put, trust me. And yeah, it's pretty quiet, pretty simple. Yeah, it's very similar. It's just the way Goruck does a lot of their equipment. Very straightforward, nothing fancy. Just durable, simple to use pieces of equipment. But anyway, hope this was useful for you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or to post a comment on the video. I'll get back to you guys as fast as I can. And yeah, I hope this was useful for you guys. Thanks for watching.